All right. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everybody. GPJPY was just sick. We saw this in the Asian session. We analyzed it based on the daily time frame that if we are creating a major support, we should be continuing up to at least fill this wick, which is going to be like 60 pips from where the daily candle opened. We look at the 4 hour. 4 hour basically ranged throughout the Asian session right over here. And then we started moving up in pre-London, right? Pre-London, we started to move up. Woke up in the morning, saw candles closing bullish, saw the 5 a.m. candle about to close bullish, looked at the 30-minute chart. 30-minute was screaming that, okay, since this was a pullback and this was a support formed on a 30-minute right over here, right? We had this candle pulling back. So once this candle was forming, now we drop down to the 15-minute time frame. Once the 15-minute was creating a support, man, it was all like, this is all simple. 15-minute was creating support. You're anticipating 30-minute candle to close bullish. It's closing bullish. We have this range to fill, which is also the daily wick fill right over here at 134,600. And it was crazy. The most simplest move that could happen this morning. Can someone hear him? Yes. Yes, I'm talking. Everyone can hear me. All right, so what I want to do is I want to go here and I want to make sure that did you make a trade? Yes. I was risking around 1200. But then I saw this candle, I saw this closing, and I was like, okay, you know what? There's no way. There's no way I'm not missing it. So I added some more risk. I risked some of my profits for the week, and eventually, it turned out to be great. I mean, from here, we went all the way up to almost 38 to 40 pips. So I think now, if someone wasn't in this move, I think the good thing to do right now is to just know that, okay, we're creating a high, and once we create a high, there's going to be a support forming, we're getting some sort of consolidation on a 15-minute time frame. So if we're getting that consolidation, now you could wait for another confirmation to price to continue moving bullish. When you are candle open without bottom wick, do you close some or it's not a worry? Actually, when this candle was closing, when this 1 hour candle started opening bullish, I was downstairs eating my banana. Look at this. My banana is half eaten because I looked at my phone and was just running up. I ran up to my office and then I started to secure positions. So this banana is still half done. Because I was expecting it to kind of wick around, come down, maybe retrace and then go up, but it just didn't retrace down at all. It just moved up. Let's take a look at this chart here. Good morning, guys. I'm done for the day. Thank you for your knowledge and guidance. Let's take a look over here. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Price, we're rejecting high time frame strong support. Bullish momentum coming in strong after rejecting zone. Okay. We have candle break and close above resistance zone, which is held in Asian session. Awesome. So this candle broke and closed above. Judging by the bullish strong momentum entry, we're taking here once the candle broke high. So I think this trade was taken based on, I would assume that you've seen these things happen before, right? That volume kicks in at this time of the day and it just continues on running. That's what I would assume, that you've seen it happen at this time, you've seen it move this way, so you decided, okay, you know what, I'm going to execute on this position. I was scared that it was going to reject at 490, so I closed at 449. Okay, it should have been smart for you to maybe leave some runners. That would have been a smarter idea, to leave some runners. Alright. Yeah, I'm basically done for the day. My trades were taken before the live stream started, so I'm probably not going to look for another trade. If we form some sort of support over here, then maybe I may want to look for another buy opportunity, but for the most part, I'm probably done. How to ensure that there is volume? Sometimes we high probability setup, but no volume, still lose a trade. Like how to check for volume? There's no way to check for volume, right? There is no way to check for volume. We can only anticipate volume, right? Now, this like from 5:30 to like 8, that's all pre-New York, so volume can kick in at any time between those times, sometimes at 6:30, at 7 a.m, 7:15, 6 a.m, those are times when volume kicks in. So when I executed this trade, I was also thinking that, okay, if volume does not come at this time, maybe price is going to start ranging. Because if price starts ranging, then maybe volume is going to come in at like 6:30, 6:30 or 7 a.m. So if you look right now, price moved up with volume. This was also the start of the new 4-hour candle. 4-hour candle came to the high over here, and now we might going to see some sort of a retracement. So if we see some sort of a retracement, and if price starts forming a support, then you can take a look at the time and say, okay, like, what, this is maybe like 7 a.m. So if there was no volume at 6:30 or 6 a.m., maybe there's going to be volume at 7 a.m. If there was nothing at 7 a.m., maybe there's something going to be at New York Open. So we can't really tell when there's going to be volume in the market, but we can anticipate volume in the market. And that comes with experience, that like, I've been looking at this time, like 5:30 till 8 a.m. for the last 3 years, every day. So there's some sort of an experience and some sort of a, like, intuition that comes with that when you're looking at something for that long every day. That's why I say, man, it's really important to look at the same time every day. And yeah, all right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a sell taken in a took sell once this candle closed below. Look for real high time frame pattern. Yeah, I guess there was support right over here too. There was support right over here. So this sell didn't make any sense because there was support right over here, and this wasn't enough range at the same time. Let's take a look at this chart here. This is, oh, same sell. Man, are you two brothers? So there was a support right over here. Hey, could you check out my chart? All right, let's take a look at this analysis here. This is 15 minute. Oh, it's kind of like the same analysis I had. I saw this trade setup that I would usually take, but I didn't, as I had taken one earlier before you took good profit. How do I gain courage to take second trades after I have? How do I gain courage to take second trades after I have taken the first trade? How do I gain courage? That's like saying, how do I gain courage to go and talk to a girl I want to talk to, or talk to a guy I want to talk to? It's just, you just got to do it. You just got to do it. You just have to see that, okay, if you've seen something happen, and if you want to execute on this, how much money are you going to put on the line? That's it. That's it. If you're up for the week, you're saying, okay, I'm up for the week by, let's say, $100 or $50. How much of that $50 do I want to put on the line on this setup that I've seen happen over and over again? And once you decide the amount of dollars you're going to put on the line, then it becomes easy. You just got to click the buy or sell button, and yeah, that's about it. Let's take a look at this analysis over here. Waiting for potential support to form for bullish continuation. Yeah, I think so too. I think so as well, that we should continue bullish, but at the same time, the only thing I'm concerned about is this area right over here. We're approaching into 134, 500, 600, this rejection area. Price rejected this at 17 September, and we rejected it again on the 21st at NYC. We rejected it again yesterday at New York. So now we're back at it again. So we would need some sort of a support forming or some sort of those bullish confirmations that we're going to continue moving up. Hey, it took buys as well. My analysis was slightly different to yours. What do you think? Let's take a look here. Oh, nice. This is a very well labeled chart. Nasty range, London closed bullish. Price tried to break out but rejected it right over here. Entry was taken as price broke previous candles. Okay, beautiful. 50%, 10 pips, 25, 25. Yeah, I think it was pretty good. It's pretty good. See, the destination, whenever you have analysis, the destination will always be the same. For winning analysis, destinations are going to be the same, but the route that people take to get to those destinations is going to be a little bit different. All right, let's take a look at these sells. Waiting for resistance to form with bearish candle for sell. Yeah, that could work. Shuja, that could work in this bullish momentum. If you're looking for selling confirmations with the candle closing like this, you could take sells. But what I know is that if price is trending bullish in this session, like it's making higher highs and higher lows, I'm going to wait for support to be formed, because if a support is formed and there's a top form right over here, there's a very high probability price is going to retest that high. So that's something I'm going to be waiting for. Can you tell me how could I look at this trade better? Well, if you send a chart, we're probably going to take a look at it. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is the worst entry you could take, but let's take a look here. Price broke up, close above, price retraced, plus formed continuation, okay, for this area. Entry here, once current candle break the high of the previous candle, but was stop out, unfortunately. The candle broke the high over here, not over here. This is not a good entry at all. Yeah, that's not a good entry at all. I mean, your entry could have been right over here, so, and your stop would have been right down over here, because, yeah, it's not a good entry at all. Maybe you could have waited. I think now what you need to do is you need to take a look at this chart again, and now you need to see that, okay, how could you have had a better entry by waiting a little bit more or by doing something else? So just do that investigation and things are going to be better. Hey, the gold lines, are they drawn on the candle of the high time frames? Oh, these gold lines? No. These are just like to visually show me certain stuff, So I guess this is where people took sells. After this candle closed bearish, they took sells, but there was support right over here. Because you're always looking left, right? Whenever candles are moving, you're always looking left to see what's to the left. So as this candle comes down, we're looking left, we're like, okay, maybe this is an area where price may form some sort of a support, 134, 200 area. If you took a sell over here, you're looking left, okay, if price comes down, boom, there's a support right over here. If price breaks this support, then you're like, okay, we have enough range for price to come down. So let's do some gold analysis here. Let's take a look at the daily. Daily is coming down. It's been coming down, man, since like 3 days, 4 days. This whole week has been bearish trend on daily gold. So gold, let's take a look here on the 4-hour time frame. So potentially we're creating some sort of a support on the 4-hour. And now we have to look left. We got to go to the left-hand side and we have to see what do we have to the left-hand side here. On the left, we have another support, potential support at 1849, which was here before on the 22nd July. And we're in the same scenario right here. So now we're going to zoom in, because now we know this is some sort of a support to the left-hand side. So now we'll have to zoom in and see what more information we can find. Now, looking on the 1-hour time frame, we're obviously creating a support over here. Let's just make it much more streamlined like this. We have a support forming on the 1-hour at 1850. We have a resistance which formed at 1861. So if we measure this range, this is a 100 pip range, right? This is a 100 pip range. So let's drop down to the 30-minute time frame. So looking at the 30-minute time frame, we're forming a support here, obviously. This candle is about to close in 14 minutes. Looks like it's forming a minor resistance here. Now, if we measure this range over here, this is a clean range. Right now, this is an example of a clean range, right? Because you have clean candles here to the left-hand side. This is a 60 pip range, and you basically have a support down here at 1850. If price breaks below, then obviously, we have a like a free fall from here. This is like the Grand Canyon. Like once you step over the Grand Canyon, it's like nothing. It's like nothing here to the left. So that's the point where you pace yourself, right? When price just keeps falling in no man's land, this is called the no man's land. So you just pace yourself. You're like, okay, how many pips do I want to grab? Like 10 pips, 15, 20 pips, put stops at break even, whatever you want to do, right? But if we break above this minor resistance, then we could continue moving up. And the fact of the matter is now, if this is a 4-hour support, right? This is a strong 4-hour support. So whenever price rejects a strong, let's say, a higher time frame support, it's going to break the minor time frame resistance, right? Like bouncing up. So what I'm thinking is, just by looking at gold, is that if this is 4-hour support, it should break this minor resistance and continue bullish towards 1860. So we'll see what happens. Let's take a look at this gold over here. Buys once this candle high is broken. Okay, pretty good. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at the same thing here potentially. Someone's talking about 1855. I don't know. I just drew this over here. Okay, what's this question? Good morning. With GJ trending so hard bullish during London, would it be enough to wait for the break of the high of the 15-minute to go to 135.200? I think, yeah, that could be a good idea, because see now, it's rejecting this really, really, really strong resistance here. Really strong resistance. 134.600, super strong. So we would need a support forming here or a break above here for price to continue moving up. So, you know, this 30-minute candle is still closing. It's got 12 minutes left. May want to put a text over here. Super strong resistance. Man, when I took those buys, before I took those buys, I posted it on Instagram. I'm like, these are the days where you make money. And wow, just crazy. If GJ push over the last high, all right, let's take a look over here. Okay, this makes sense. I think the only thing you should be worried about, if it, why isn't it zooming? The only thing you should be worried about if price does, actually, fuck it, I'm gonna go over here. Okay, so if we're looking at GJ right over here, right? And if you're thinking that price is going to break the high over here and we're going to enter, there's only one thing you need to worry about, right? And the one thing is that if price breaks this high, you see this wick over here? So price actually went through 134.600, went towards 134.660. Now, if price breaks up, there's a possibility it may wick and then come back down. So whenever it wicks and starts coming down, then you're really managing your risk, right? You're saying that, okay, do I really want to hold? Do I really want to, like, you know, like manage risk? How did you manage the trade? Did you close partials at 10 pip or confident that it would continue? I was confident it would. I did close 10 pips. I closed 10 pips. I had 3 positions opened. I closed 2 at 10 pips. I closed the other one. I closed a percentage. I closed the percentage at 10 pips and then let the runner run. And the runner I closed at, like, you know, 134 or 580. But I was confident it's going to go up because, you know, my analysis from the Asian session was that we're at a support and we're going to fill the daily wick. So when I woke up in the morning, price was at somewhere down over here. And I knew that, okay, daily wick is going to get filled. So if I don't get on this train right now, I might miss it. So I got on the train and we reached destination. Why you never talk about Euro USD? Because I don't trade Euro USD. If you want to talk about Euro USD, you need to post a chart about Euro USD so we can take a look at it. Oh wow, look at that. 15 minutes breaking the high over here at 1855. We're coming up towards 1856. Yeah, if we do close above, there's a potential for price to continue up towards 1860. So what do we got over here? We got unemployment claims coming up. They're looking at good news because they're expecting a lower number. They're looking at good news. And we got the Fed chair talking at 10 a.m. So we'll have to see what happens. Hey, Raja, your analysis is really good. You know what? I expect my analysis to be good. I really expect it to be good because I've been grinding for 3 years from 6 a.m. till 9 a.m. every day for 3 years. So if my analysis isn't good by now, man, I don't know what I've been doing. So if you want to ask me about analysis, pre-Asian, Asian, amazing analysis. London, not so much. I suck at London session. Asian session, it's kind of like meh. But like New York is where I shine. Just like the sign over there, yeah, right there. All right. Ooh, we're breaking the high over here at the 15-minute. We're breaking the high at the 15-minute. We got 8 minutes left for this candle to close. This will be a 14 pip stop with you're expecting price to come up towards 134.800. That's what you're expecting. Should we get in if price breaking above? Should we get in? I don't know. I don't know if that's the right question to ask. Should we get in or should I get in? It's up to you. It's up to you if you want to get in or not. I can't help with that. Gabriel, I really can't help with that. If I think it's a confidence issue. I think it's a confidence issue if we're having confidence issues and if we're looking at one trade for the day, and if you're thinking that, okay, if you're going to get in with the price over here as price is breaking the high and you're going to put an entry, let's say someone puts an entry right over here as we're breaking the high over here, right? So your stop is going to be 14 pips. So you're risking 14 pips. So if you're risking 14 pips, at the same time, you're saying that, okay, like, you know what, how much money is that going to equate to 14 pips? And then you're going to say, okay, like, it's going to be like, let's say I'm going to use the 10-cent lot. So you're going to open a 10-cent lot right over here. Stop is going to be 14 pips, and now you're in the trade. Now, if this is one trade you're taking, you're accepting the fact that you can lose this trade. At the same time, you're accepting the fact that, okay, that at the same time you can win this trade too, right? But then again, you can say, okay, like, you know what, if this candle is at this resistance here and this candle hasn't closed, do I want to enter as it breaks the high? Or do I want to enter once this candle closes above resistance? Something that I talked about, like price can come up and it can wick down from here. So, I mean, I really can't help with the fact that should I enter? I can't help with that. What I can help with is, hey guys, I just entered this trade. Do you think it can work out? So if you see right over here, trading is all about taking a risk. That's it. You're taking risk. You're taking risk once a day or twice a day. That's it. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, then you have to learn from it, move on to the next day, and then make sure you don't do the same mistake as you did the last day. But if you take a risk and it's a loss, and then you take another risk, and then you take another risk, man, that's just overtrading. And overtrading will make you ask questions like, should I enter a trade right now? That's going to happen with overtrading and over-risking, that you will have zero confidence. All right, let's take a look at this trading idea here. This is GU for our resistance, waiting for the minor resistance to go bearish. All right. Someone's looking for sells on GU. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator here first. I bet it's saying, oh yeah, look at that. Pound is strong. It's saying US dollar is kind of like in the middle and the yen is weak. GU is GJ. False. GJ is GJ and GU is GU. All right. Ooh, wow. GU is starting to move up over here too. Let's look in the 5-minute. 5-minute is at this resistance here. The thing is, GU is also being affected by the US dollar, right? If the US dollar is strong, this is going to be very hard for GU to continue moving up. So that's why something like GJ would be better, because GJ is only being influenced by the pound, because the yen is closed at this point. Do the different markets act differently? Yes. As you said, you are good with some while bad at others. If there's how should I even, if there is, how do I even learning these things? Well, you learn by just, you know, showing up. Ooh, someone donated $20. This is for some CBD to help you deal with the gulag. Thanks for all the value. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm looking for a close above and retest for the first 15-minute candle bottom wick for the next hour for a buy. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, once this candle closes above, that'll be good. And now this is where you start managing risk, right? If you entered right over here as price was breaking the high, and if price starts closing below 134,600, then basically you're taking risk off, you know? You're reducing risk because you expected price to close above 134,600, and if it's not closing above that, your analysis is dying slowly. So then you can say, okay, like, you know what, I'm probably going to take some risk off, because if price hits my stop loss, I want to lose a portion of that and not the whole thing. Ooh, look at that GU coming straight down. Gold is also kind of like making up its mind whether to close below this area or whether to close above this area. So here's the thing. When you take your first trade, and if your first trade is a loss, provided that your first trade was not a full loss, but your first trade was a percentage loss, then you can give your trade a second chance by waiting for more confirmations. Most times what happens is when people take a loss, they're like, okay, this is the end of the world. And the best thing to do is to just... Last week was not a good week for me. I took some losses last week too. But I knew, okay, like, you know what, if I'm taking losses this week, I know next week is going to be better. And this week is way better than last week. So always think about this, right? If you're having a bad week, just be like, okay, you know what? All I got to do is just manage my risk. That's it, if you're having a bad week. Because, you know, this is going to be next week. And next week is going to be way better than this week. So, I mean, just be optimistic, you know. I'm always optimistic whenever I'm having a bad day or a bad week. I always think that, okay, like, you know what, it's going to be a good day tomorrow or next week. Oh, wow, look at this move over here. Gold. Let's say price closed above resistance, but below the high of the previous 30-minute candle. Does that give us any indication of price retracement? If this closes above 134,600, I think the 15-minute is closing above the high over here, and there's a higher probability for price to continue moving bullish. Even if you look on the 30-minute, so then you're basically anticipating price to respect this low right over here. Because essentially we're closing above this area here, right? But now we're encountering another resistance here on the 15-minute chart. All right, we got the UK Chancellor speaking right now.
When people watch your video,
that's not a UK Chancellor. This is some
comprehensive economic plans anywhere in the world, with £190 billion of support for people, businesses, and public.
Hey, isn't this the guy who introduced the congestion charge in London? I think this is the same guy who did that. Oh, okay, that's someone else. Yeah, see this? Now we're rejecting this area. We're closing below it. So at this time, I mean, it's just going to be very risky to hold buys. So you're managing risk at this time. Could you take a look at this trade, please? All right. Let's take a look at this trade. Okay, GJ, 15-minute. Price went into the zone, waited for 15-minute candle to break the low. Price pushed up with bullish momentum, so you had no sells. Since it's rejecting that level, is it good to enter sell? I don't think so. My bias is not sells. My bias is buys. So if I see a support forming, like let's say on the 30-minute a little bit, I'm going to look for buys. If someone's looking for sells based on this 30-minute candle close, then you're basically looking for sells after this low breaks right over here. So I would say sells are risky. I wouldn't want to take sells. I would want to take buys because we made a high over here. And from what I know, from what I've learned, from what I've experienced, that if a high is formed, there's a higher chance that there's going to be support formed. And once support is formed, then there's going to be a high probability for price to retest the high. So that's where I'm going to put all my efforts today to wait for a potential support forming so I can take my second trade idea to continue moving bullish. But if someone wants to take sells, I think sells would be, again, very, very risky, extremely risky. I would never take sells, but if you really want to take sells and you don't want to wait, then I guess break off the lower right over here would be a move for price to retrace a little bit. Do you ever use trend lines? Nope, no trend lines. Oh wow, look at that, man. Gold closed above that area over here, just like what we were talking about. Because if we're rejecting a high time frame support, we should break the minor time frame resistance here. What lot size do you use now? That's irrelevant. Hey, the LED is not clear. Well, why don't you send me one which is clear? Hey, what kind of support are you looking for confirmation? What kind of a support? Supports that's made in the USA. No, Canada. Well, basically, so okay, so look now, right? We're breaking the high over here. Now there's a high probability for it to come down, but like I'm basically waiting for price to, like, you know, come down somewhere over here and create like a support, you know, like create like a bullish candle on a 30-minute time frame. So that's going to give me confirmations for price to continue going up. Would you consider buy on the break of the high of the 30-minute bearish candle, giving it attempting to create support on 15-minute, or does the resistance level put you off that idea? The resistance level puts me off that idea. So I would want like a probably like a bullish candle closing on the 30-minute to give me that high confirmation that we're going to go up, or would need to see a 15-minute candle break and close above 134,600, because we had one candle break above 134,600, didn't close above. We had this candle break above, but it didn't close above. So that's a important area. Does the LED change its color? Yes, it changes colors. Let's see if we can change colors over here. Oh, looks like oh wow, yeah, it does change colors in that. Oh shit, we broke it. All right, let's take a look at gold. Gold is doing just what we expected, continuing on towards 1860. We are above the 1 hour previous resistance. The 5-minute looks to be consolidating between the 1 hour and your resistance zone, Raja. Yes, just need some more confirmation here. Confirmation here. Euro JPY daily is ranging. We have a support forming on the daily time frame. Looking on the 4 hour, we have a support forming right here. In the 4 hour, there's a possibility for price to come up towards 123. Looking on the 1 hour time frame, it seems to be breaking a minor resistance. Let's take a look on 30-minute. Oh yeah, it seems like it is breaking like a minor resistance. Now, notice how price came down in steps here, right? It came down in steps, like making lower lows and lower highs, came down. Now, once price is moving up, it's constantly looking left. It's looking left and seeing that, okay, my friends over here, they kind of like had some issues coming down. So maybe I'm going to go straight up. It's going to go straight up, or it's going to do those little consolidation phases here. Yeah, because there's a lot of consolidation here to the left-hand side. So price to move through this area, it either moves up with a lot of volume or it just consolidates. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is Euro NZD entry at the break of the previous 30-minute. I think your TP right over here is really aggressive. I think a much safer TP could be right over here. Oh, or what you can do is you can look at this. You can look at this and say that, oh, okay. Basically, what's happening is that price was in a downtrend. We made a low over here. So I think a better option would be to wait for some sort of a resistance to form so that you can take a sell for price to continue down to retest the low. I think that's going to be a much better option there for a trade. Oh, where are the lights? There are no other lights over here. All right, let's take a look here. Hey, good morning, Raja. On GJ 30-minute, the most recent resistance is at 134.50. I think it's at 134.580, but okay. If you look more to the left, I see a better resistance at 134.60. Yeah, this is the most recent resistance right over here. This one is in the past. This is the most recent one here. So we only look at this. Should I take the recent one or take the whole 10 pip range for it? So this is the most recent resistance right over here. So I'm looking for a price to create a support to retest this high over here. This doesn't even matter to me right now because this was important. Price should have respected this area, but it didn't. So now we're coming into this area here. Let's see here. Ooh, darkest before the dawn. That's a very cinematic headline over here. Let's take a look at pre-markets. Pre-markets are positive 26 points, 71 points, negative 17. Yeah, it's like whatever over here. Nothing really important that you could maybe do or say. Could it be a good entry on gold 15-minute pullback to go long above the previous candle high? Let's take a look at the 15-minute. Yeah, so basically you may want to look for some sort of yeah, you're right, like a pullback on the 15-minute for price to continue up towards 1860. I think it's going to be a good idea. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is Euro USD. If the trade goes in drawdown, will it be best to close or let the market rip EU? I don't know, Mac. I don't know. I think you're breaking your plan by trading a Euro USD, and I mean, I don't know. You have to manage your risk if price goes in drawdown, right? VAT rates are normally changed at the beginning of new financial year, which starts from April in UK, if I'm not wrong. So that shouldn't make any difference. I have no idea. I don't live in the UK, so I have no idea how the VAT rates are going to affect price action. What will you do if price doesn't create a support and continue down? Nothing. Nothing. then there's no trade for me, basically. So I guess people who were looking for sells, I would assume they're in sells as we're breaking the low over here, as price is coming down. But I'm just waiting for, I would want a support to be formed. You know, maybe in this area, like around 134 to 300, 250, 240, for price to continue go back up. If it doesn't happen, then it is what it is. Why do take pending position on buy at that point you said? Who said that we're taking pending buy positions? No one said that. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that pullback, man. See, this is why selling, I said, was really, really, really risky. Selling is really, you just got to follow the trend, man. We're creating a high over here, just got to make a support or some sort of another confirmation for price to continue moving up. That's it. You know, so I don't know, man. I just don't know anymore. I mean, we do this every day. People try selling tops. People try buying bottoms. It works sometimes, but most times they don't work at all. You know, and if that's one trade you're trying to take, and you're like, you know, wasting your trading moment there, I just very sad. I'd rather miss a move. No, I'd rather miss a trade going counter trend right over here going down than to, like, you know, take a bad trade. I think I lost my train of thought over there. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. This is GA, retest high created, support, waiting for support, break of high. Okay, this makes sense. This makes sense for price to create support to continue to go up over here. This makes perfect sense. But if we break the support, then obviously, you know, may want to look for a retest to continue down. Okay. What do you think of oil? I think oil is important for the world, for cars to run and ships to run. Technically speaking, I'm not sure. You'll need to send a chart. Are there signals to know when trend is ending? Yes. You look left, you look for resistances, or you look for supports, and then you anticipate that the price may want to, like, you know, reject that area or do something. What kind of different characteristics do the markets have? If you can give an example, that would be great, so I know what to look for. Well, I'll tell you one characteristic. This time till 8:30, there's going to be a lot of volume in the market. So when there's volume, price makes big moves. If this 15-minute candle is closing at recent support formed on the 15-minute and is breaking the high of the current 15-minute, would you consider a buy entry? I think if the next candle starts breaking the high over here, we'll need price to, I think the next 30-minute candle would need to break the high of this 30-minute candle for you to say that, okay, now price may continue moving up beyond this resistance. And the only reason we would say that is because, like, you know, if it does break the high, then we're saying that, okay, we're expecting volume coming into the pre-New York or New York Open to break this 134,600 to continue moving bullish. So this is the start of the new 15-minute candle. A lot of eyes are on 15-minute right now because this was minor support right over here, right? This is your minor support. So this candle closed bearish, this candle closed bullish. As soon as this candle closed bullish, boom, minor support formed. Next candle wicked below the support but came back inside, so it also closed above that minor support. And now this candle is open right now. This is the important candle. If this candle closes below the support, then we're going to have a retracement coming down. But if it stays above the support, then there's a higher probability that we will continue moving up towards 134,600 and then break it with volume at NY open and continue on towards 134,800. How do I get that 134,800 level? It just looks good, basically. So I think 134,800 would be a pretty good target over there. Looking left as well, it's a level over there, so we'll see what happens. Okay, what's this? Someone sent a chart, a well-labeled chart for 50% Magic Keys discount. All right. Let's take a look here. Let's see if you're going to get a 50% discount in Magic Keys or not. Oh, wow. Okay. What's this? Price created a high in New York session yesterday. Price retraced, respecting 133,916. Waiting for price to break over here. Take buys. Buys executed after 30-minute candle closed above resistance. Minor support below to lower my risk. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. What's your name over here? Molinsky 11. So what I'm going to do is, so what we're going to do today is, what's this? $11. Okay. So we will do a raffle. So all the good charts we get today, I'm going to put them in a list and then we're going to do a draw. So whoever name comes up, he's going to get a 50% discount in Magic Keys. I guess we can do that, right? Yeah, someone got the discount. No one got the discount yet. So this is going to be a challenge here. So look at that. This 15-minute is breaking the low over here. Yeah. You know, so for buys, you want a support to be formed. So there's a long wait. If you're looking for buys, man, listen, I think buys are going to have a much higher probability to continue going up to retest the high. And there's going to be a long wait for that. And I'm going to wait for that to add more wins for the day, if they do happen, you know, during the session I'm here. Gold is still having problems breaking above over here. Looking at GU is also coming down now. Wow, yeah, GU broke that area. It's coming down to the support area probably. Okay, let's this gold trade. This is nasty zone, low created, strong bullish momentum after price breaks, entry when the candle flipped bullish, leaving a long wick. Also, it didn't break the low of the previous candle, probably liquidity grab to continue up further. Beautiful. Secured profits here. Oh, very nice. Very nice VT. VT's name also goes in the raffle draw here for today. Is there an early sign to know difference between a pullback and a reversal? No, there's no sign to know that. Pullback or a reversal. Because there's no way to know, because like, you know, this, the only way you're going to know that this is a pullback is if a support is formed, right? So if price comes down, right? If price comes down and we form some sort of support, then you're like, okay, like, you know what, price is forming support, so this was a pullback. But if price just continues dropping and there's no support formed, then basically you can say, oh, that's a reversal, right? But I think trading reversals are much more risky than trading trends. So you always have to trade a trend. The trend in this session is bullish. So me personally, I'm just waiting for price to, like, you know, create a support so I can take a buy to continue going up. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is an analysis. This is 30-minute close bearish forming a support. Oh, I think you meant resistance. However, 6 a.m. candle close bullish. Okay, waiting for 30-minute candle to break and close below support. Sells if price closes back into the range. 30-minute candle. Oh, okay, this area right over here. Okay, take no strong volume these days. Most breakouts are not followed by retest. Yeah, that's true. That's true. See, now what the gentleman is trying to say is that, okay, this was our resistance here before, right? This was our resistance here. So if this candle is coming down to do a retest, then maybe this next candle should continue moving up. But this candle is now about to close below this area, so there's a high probability for price to continue down. That's what he's saying. So if we're looking on the 15-minute time frame, it kind of makes sense there here as well, because now we just adjust this area. We look left, we're like, okay, there was a resistance form. Okay, now look, see how the analysis is getting better now. There was a resistance formed, price broke up, came back inside, and now we're looking left hand side. We're looking at price broke up, came down, formed support at that same level where there was resistance, and now this candle is closing below this range. So I think if this candle closes below this range, if someone's looking for sells, I would still say sells are going to be risky, because I just don't know. I'm not sold on sells, but you can take sells if you think that's a good idea. I'm just going to wait for a support to be formed so I can take a buy and we can continue going up to the 134.600. So I think that was a pretty good trade idea. What's the name? Jace. So we're going to put the name Jace in the list here as well, because that was some really, really good information. This is why we have these sessions, man. Like sometimes, you know, we don't look at certain things and someone comes along and they say, oh, hey, look at this. So that's beautiful. So I'm going to keep an eye on that one here. Oh, the Gulag is saying that for us, sells are less risky. Beautiful. That's perfect. What's this? Saw a lot of rejections. This is gold. Entry was over here. Okay, which resulted. Oh, okay. Initially wanted to BE at this point, but secured 75%. Let the Russ run BE and stopping me out. Was up around 20 pips. Would already secure 20 pips. That's beautiful. Beautiful. That was excellent trade, excellent risk management, closed positions, managed your profits. That's pretty good. All right, let's take a look at these analyses here. Euro JPY. Euro JPY analysis coming straight from the Gulag. What's this? Oh.
Services as we protected our economic capacity. It is now clear.
You know, it would be much more hilarious if they said economic capacity in it, mate. Prices ranging on the daily. Price respected 122.600. Wick rejection failed to break below the low. Wait for 30-minute or close 15-minute break for resistance. First TP over here. Okay, pretty good. This is also pretty good. Pretty good analysis over here for your JPY. You have zones. Zones are labeled correctly. You're anticipating price to come up over here. That's pretty good. Swizz takes Forex. If people in the Gulag get mad because I'm not able to look at everyone's charts, it is what it is, man. There are a lot of people coming through, so it's impossible for us to look at everyone's charts. All right, let's take a look at this. This is strong support formed. Price broke above the zone, looking for price to show support before pushing up. Took an impulse entry as price broke the high of the previous candle. Impulse entry, reduced lot size, Close 50% as price hit 10 pips. Move stops to break even. Close runner as price started to stall. Beautiful. Amazing. Amazing, man. This is really amazing. Very nice trade. Candle's about to close in 5 minutes here, the 30-minute candle. On GJ, your JPY is trying to stay bullish. It's trying to stay positive to continue going up, but it's having some issues. Let's bring this area down over here, and then we're going to adjust it as price moves. Yeah, let's do that. We're going to adjust it as price moves. How probability is now we are in daily pullback to go bearish again? Well. What I would say is that the probability is kind of low over here, because what it's trying to do here is what we did last year on the monthly charts. If we go to the monthly candle here, you remember when Boris came on? This is where Boris came on last year, right? Everyone said that Theresa May is going to ruin, that Boris is going to ruin everything. But when Boris came on, this is what happened, right? Price was at the bottom of the bottom. Candle closed bullish, and next one just continued to move bullish. So if you look on the daily here, daily's doing kind of like the same structure here on the monthly, right? Candle closed bullish, reach support where the daily candle is bullish, 4-hour candle is bullish, 1-hour candle is still got 30 minutes left. The previous 1-hour candle closed above this area over here, so it still means that, hey, we're bullish, right? 30-minute candles are, yeah, kind of waiting for them to create some sort of support to continue moving bullish, right? So we'll have to wait and see what happens. Please give your valuable opinion on that chart. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. Oh, we already looked at this. Patel Sagar copied someone's chart, and then this is what they did. Oh no, actually, wait, hold on. This is a chart right over here. Resistance formed, close below the support, take a sell when broke below resistance. Is that a bad trade? What do you think, Raja? I think that was a bad trade because, you know, this candle went bullish. As you executed over here, and as candle closed bullish right over here, I think you would have secured some positions over here. Could have secured, maybe reduced some risk because you got stopped out right over here. So this doesn't qualify for the 50% contest here because you actually asked a question. This qualified because this was some proper analysis over here. Oh wow, it looks like gold is coming right back in. Man, whoever trades gold, I think you have ice running in your veins if you trade gold. so difficult. Didn't you trade gold this week? Yes. Yeah, I did. I think I had two trades. One trade on gold. One trade on gold. That was a small lot. It was a 5 lot. What's this? UJ. I have been looking at fake outs and they usually seem to be printed as barcode pattern side by side. Would this be counted as a H1 fake out? Yes. This would be a 1-hour fake out. 2 trades in gold. Yes, 2 trades in gold. I'm sorry, you forget. I have the worst memory. I don't remember anything. On Slack, when people message me on Slack, I reply back at around, like every day in like the afternoon here, right? So when they're like long messages, there's a reminder option on Slack. So I hit that reminder so it reminds me. I have the worst memory. Bad memory. I have a notepad to remind me things I need to do today. So imagine being married to me, man. Take out the trash. Did you take out the trash? Oh, what trash? All right. Let's take a look at this chart over here. Ooh, entered on candle break. Pure 10 pips. Interesting. Pretty good. Pretty good. Become a cowboy today. 15-minute. Ooh, look at that. This is crucial, crucial, crucial now. For sells to play out, this candle needs to respect this area and continue down. And that continuation would be the rejection from this resistance and rejection from this area right over here, if it needs to continue down. But I'm only looking for buys, you know, I'm only looking for buys. So I would really want price to maybe like come up a little bit, create support so I can take a buy to go up. All right, Sandra Lee sent a chart. Let's take a look over here. Price rejected this area during London, closed yesterday. Okay, price created a resistance during Asian. Okay, price broke out of the resistance, created an Asian session, created a high. This is GU. Wait for support to form in this area where Asian previous notches to retest the highs that were created. Okay, or wait for price to break below the Asian zone to retest to take shorts. This is excellent. Excellent in a way because, you know, not only you have marked down for buys, but you've also marked down for sells. So that is actually amazing, right? Plus also you have an area over here where we may think that price may range over here, which is also this zone right over here. So this is excellent. So Sandra's name goes in the 50% coupon for the Magic Keys today. There we go. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. Worst memory, but remembers what GJ did last September. Yeah, like when it comes to like where price was, what price did, I remember patterns. Like my mind, 80%, 70% of my mind is filled with like candle patterns, candles forming in ways I want them to form. Like all those things are just like printed in my mind. So those things I can just pull out like information, no problem. But when it comes to like real world things, I need kind of help with that. Oh, whoever is with Blackpool Markets, they are giving out free Magic Keys for account above 10,000. Oh, beautiful. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This chart is GJ 15 minutes, sells below this area, sell target right down over here, buys above this area, buy target at 135. I think this makes sense. I think the buy target could be a little less aggressive to like, you know, 134, 800, and then you can like manage the trade as it moves up. Yeah, I think sells should be good. Whoever entered right over here could be pretty good for price to continue till I think like 134, 260. Like first fill this wick and then continue on down. But at the same time, I'm looking for buys basically. Okay, let's take a look here. Oh, I almost broke my monitor. Okay, where's number one? We don't have number one, we have number two. 1 hour resistance formed after the breakout. Expected retracement and wait for support to be formed. Support formed over here, right at the previous zone. TP1 at resistance, closed 80% and now break even. Oh, beautiful. It's pretty good. Pretty good trade over there. Let's take a look at this analysis. Is this an analysis or is this a trade? Oh, this is a trade. All right, let's take a look here. GJ. First trade was right here. Expected price to continue down, but it moved up. Looking left, we had this support. So yeah, I think there was like a 12 pip range over there till there. Price broke below of the previous candle, expect to start dropping further down. Yeah, I don't know. There was a range right over there. Let's take a look here in the 30-minute time frame. I don't even know where that was anymore. Oh, it was right over here. Yeah, there was a support right here. This support was held in pre-New York yesterday. So, as price comes down, so like let's say price broke this area right over here, right? Price broke this area right over here. And whenever I take a loss, this is what I do. I do this, right? I do this. And now I say that, okay, if I'm entering right over here, why did it not work? So I'm like, okay, let me just see why did it not work. So if I look left now, so this was a support held in pre-New York. So if I do this, right? And now I'm like, okay, so if this was a support held in pre-New York, maybe I would have waited for price to break and close below this area so that I can have a clean range here to the left-hand side for price to move down. I hope this makes sense. So, whenever you're taking a loss, just like cover some candles and then look at how could you have entered the trade. I was expecting London volume to break it though. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. So there's no arguments on that. There was a support there. It came down, it saw my buddy in New York rejected this. They're like, okay, let's reject it. Please look at my analysis using the fib. Oh, we got Fibonacci in the house. Let's take a look here. Wow, this G just coming straight down over here, doing a retracement. I'm just waiting for support. If I see a support formed, I'm going to execute a trade. If I don't see a support formed till the time I'm here, then there's going to be no trade for me in this live session over here. Ooh, wrong chart. Wrong chart. Yeah, it was the wrong chart. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is GJ 30 minute. Waiting for the support to take a buy. Retest that. Retest that RT. I don't know what RT is. Yeah, I don't know what RT is. 50%. I think that's resistance. I don't know. Yeah, makes sense. Price come down, and I think there were some charts like these have really pushed the bar up with the quality of analysis. I'm out. 9% for the day. I think I'll go cry and then be the man I am. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Always make sure you lose less, man. Just make sure you lose less. The thing is like a lot of you guys in the gulag, oh, it's a gain. Oh, nice. 9% gain. That's beautiful. But at the same time, okay, we have a lot of smart people in the gulag. We have a lot more smarter people in the Zoom session here. And I forgot. Sorry. Like when I come back to that again, I'll probably talk about it. Looks like gold is moving here to 1860. 1860. No, actually, I knew what I was talking about, but then someone mentioned gold, and I looked at the chat. It said gold. I'm like, oh, okay, gold. And then that other thing I was going to talk about, it just kind of went away. Yeah, so basically we have a lot of people here who know how to trade, who know how to do technical analysis, but the only problem is like, we'll spend 4 days, 5 days grinding 1%, we're gonna grind 1%, 2% a day, then again 2% a day, and then one day is gonna come where they will lose all of those gains. Like all those gains just go out the window. Like you lose 10%, you lose 5% in one day, and to me that's just madness, man. Like if you can be disciplined enough to make a 1% gain, I think at the same time you should be disciplined enough to take a 1% loss. for the day, right? Makes sense. I mean, it just only makes sense. But if you're taking 2% gains, 1% gain, and you're taking a 5% loss, man, that makes no sense at all. Ooh, your JPY rejected that level, didn't really break it. No confirmations there. Looks like GJ cells are doing just like, was it Jace? That was Jace, right? Jace, yeah, Jace. Jace, I think Jace should get the 50% coupon from Magic Keys, because he actually gave us this idea right over here that this is an important area, and then we started to clue in that, okay, you know what, this candle wick below this area, couldn't close below, this closed below, this did a little retest to continue moving down. Yeah, I'm having profit overall, but completely offset by the commissions and overall losing. I think it's clear I'm overtrading. Yes, that's a big sign of overtrading, because listen, commissions add up. Whenever you're opening up a trade, the commission just goes off, you know. So that's what's happening most of the time. Like whenever you're overtrading, your commissions, they stack up so much, man. They eat up most of your profits there. So if you think your commissions are high, that means it's overtrading there. Wow, look at that move. This move should be named after Jace. This is the Jace cells right here. Beautiful. So Jace, message me in Slack, and I'm going to give you the code for Magic Keys. You know, or if you have Magic Keys, you can probably like donate it back to the Gulag, and we can still have it open for someone else to take it. Did you take a trade pre-stream? Yes, I took a trade before the stream started. That was a buy trade. This was my buy trade right here. From down over here all the way up towards 134, you know, around like 500, 520. And now this, oh wow, this is correcting the whole move. Yeah, man, buying analysis is gone. There's no more trade here. Yeah, wow, look at that. Came straight down, clean candle here. Crazy. Your GPY is also breaking the lows on the 30-minute to continue bearish here now. When can I join market fluidity? That's like asking someone, hey, when can I eat? Or when can I go to bed? I mean, I'm not your mom, man. You can do whatever you want. Sometimes the Gulag gets out of control. All right. All right, someone took an impulse entry on GJ and they managed to take profits. Let's take a look at this. All right, strategy A. If current 30-minute candle goes below 134.440, take an impulse entry to expect price to continue south. Beautiful. Target price for strategy B. Strategy B is if we break above over here. Yeah, that was pretty good move over here. Pretty good move. I wasn't really expecting it to come down. I was like expecting it to kind of like wick back up so I can take a buy and then we can go up and make more money. Well, I can make more money, but it didn't really happen, so it came down. So it's okay. It is what it is. Hey Raja, long time viewer, first time sending a chart. Could you check it out for your Magic Keys raffle? Let's check it out here. Magic Keys raffle is ended, by the way. Oh, wrong chart. Wrong chart, man. I guess you waited so long and you sent the wrong chart. That's automatic disqualification. Wow, this was crazy move here. I think if someone was looking for sells, this was the move, and now the move has ended because now your stops are going to be super wide. Yeah, I wanna congratulate everyone who took sells. This is very nice. Went against the grain, profited. You know, it's pretty good. But I guess technically now it made sense at all too. Now This made a lot more sense technically after Jace pointed it out. This might be a minor support on GJ. Yeah, I mean, if it does form a support, it forms a support. But, can't take a buy at this point right now because, like, candles are bearish. Can't take a sell as well because, move has already ended. So the only thing we can do is now wait. Well, I can do is now just wait. All right, let's take a look at this chart. This is AUD-JPY. Retracement, support formed, entered sells here after the break of the previous candle low. Does this qualify for the raffle? It does not qualify for the raffle because the raffle has already been given away to somebody. But that was, I think, mainly focusing on AUD-JPY, you should be focusing on currencies that are open at this time, right? Because Australian dollar is closed and the yen is closed. So, they're closed at this point. Okay, let's take a look at this chart here. This is price created a high, waiting for support forms here to retest the high. Yeah, I mean, if that happens in the next hour and a half, I think I'm going to be executing on that. Right, this is the area where it should be forming some sort of support, but if it happens, I'll take it. If it doesn't, then the trade was the sells, and I wasn't in it, so basically missed it. So got to be comfortable with missing trades as well. You have to be very, very comfortable with missing trades. That's really important. Let's take a look at this. Oh, look at this. Price made a high. Price made a low, price made a lower high. From this low, price came back up. This is GJ. Once we broke this high, price moved above, create support. I will now be looking for price to retrace, create support to then retest the highs. Yeah, that's something I'm looking for too. If it happens, I think it's going to be a very, very good trade. If it doesn't happen, then that's the way it is. That's the way it is. There was a live stream where someone was humming a song and YouTube flagged it. YouTube flagged it really quick. YouTube said that was a copyright infringement. So you can't even hum songs over here. Let's take a look at this chart. This is US 30. Oh, this is pretty good. You're looking for buys above this area. I think that's good. Love you, Raja and Ted scalped 800 points yesterday. Oh, crazy. 800 points there. Luca had a sell. Very nice. Yeah, this is how big was this move? This was like almost like 30 pips, something like that. 30-minute candle. Oh, 25 pips. Just take a look at this chart here. Price, previous candle closed, 30-minute bullish, could have entered a sell. The break of 30-minute candle low, but stuck to my analysis, which was buys, possible waiting for support to be formed, no rush. pay to it. Yeah, I mean, if it's going to form support, I think this is the area, this whole area should be forming support. So let's see what happens, you know, till I'm here. Would you be looking for a 15-minute or 30-minute support? I think it's going to be a 30-minute support. 30 minutes. Pew, pew, pew. Let's take a look on the 4-hour here. Let's take a look on the 1 hour. 1 hour rejected that area, coming straight down. Looking on the 4-hour. 4 hours also rejecting that area really, really, really strong. Ian Long, I took and secured 1.5% for this trade. Thank you for the teaching. Oh, nice, man. Beautiful. Mac has entered the chat. Let's take a look here. GJ, 15-minute, waiting for support to be formed. If we get a push from NY Open, I expect a correction from 134,500. All right. Okay. Let's see here. I think a 30-minute support would be better, but let's see what happens. Price went up. Okay, price made a high. This candle closed back in the range. Once this candle closed below support, I took sells. Okay, yeah, beautiful. This is beautiful, Lewis. What if the 15-minute candle closes bullish and then the next one breaks the low? Do you think sells are valid then or very risky? I think sells are valid then. If this 15-minute candle closed bullish and next one breaks the low right over here, I think you have valid sells coming down. But I'm going to be waiting for a candle to close bullish on the 30-minute so I can take a buy and then call it a day again. Hey Raja, I understand you did the raffle, didn't know how to send a chart here, so it's my attempt number 2, just to get your 2 cents on if I had the right idea. Okay. Let's see here. Let's take a look at this chart. This chart is, oh, we got some bearish inverting hammers over here. Which was strong resistance here. This is GU, stops moved break even once my candle closed in my favor. Right here, okay. Took 50% off, small TPS, small 15-minute support. Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. It's a great move. Candles were making lower highs and lower lows. I think it's great. See, I'm telling you, we have a lot of smart people here in the Gulag. Hey, I have a question on this winning trade I had. Let's take a look at this question. Question is, in this case, impulse right here, is the stop correctly placed or should have been above the previous candle? I think the stop loss here, now when you're taking impulse entries, I think having a stop loss at this point is okay, because as you're entering the trade, let me get a red color over here. As you're entering the trade, if you're entering the low over here and you're placing the stop above the candle, this is only for 30-minute and above, 30-minute, 1 hour, and the 4 hour, not the 15-minute, because 15-minute is a weak confirmation, right? As it's breaking the low, you're expecting it to continue making a lower low without breaking its own high. That's why your stop is right here. I think it's risky too, but since it's on the 30-minute time frame, so it makes it less riskier if this was on the 15-minute time frame. So your thought process is there, Lucas, so that's good. We have Kevon here standing at the street corner trying to take a left or a right.
I'm actually in a little buy right now.
I knew it, man. Because the way you're scratching your head and moving your hands with anxiety, this guy's in a trade.
Now we should get a little push on at 8 a.m. So I'm expecting to get at least like 10 pips, and I'm out. No, because I already took a trade. That the same trade you took at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I closed like at 20 pips and
Yeah.
the day after this.
Yeah, and then you took a Euro USD trade.
No.
Oh.
That was a question from the Gulag.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think for these buys, if you've already taken trade in the morning, I think you should wait. You should wait a little bit. Wait for like this 30-minute to close, because it's going to close in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Because I really want to take a buy as well, and I have wins from the morning. So I want to see a 30-minute candle. If a 30-minute candle was closing like this, I'd be all in for buys.
It's that I see a lot of volume pushing up, so that's why I kind of got into an impulse entry on the 5-minute. So let's see, 4 minutes.
Let's see. Hey Raja, how can you book a profit trade, or how many pips should book out, or should we break even? I think to best answer that question is to send a chart and to mainly label up areas where you think price can go, and then we can go from there. Send a labeled chart, because when someone sends a labeled chart, that shows me how much they know about trading, how much they do know about analysis, like about profit targets, confirmations. Hey, if a bullish candle had a long wick at the top and almost no wick at the bottom, like the GJ candle on 15-minute time frame at 6:45, how would you interpret that? 6:45.
Oh, nice, baby, let's go. Yeah.
Bro, the thing moved like 5 pips.
Look at me dance. Money dance. Yeah. I should be a TikTok boy.
You should be the president of Gulag. That's what you should be.
That's what I am, baby.
The Gulag president.
I'm gonna get a neon sign that says Mac King of the Gulag, and I'll put it right there in my window.
You know what? If you can find a place for that, I'm gonna send you a sign.
Actually, I got one right here. Like, if you look here, well, I'll take that painting off, and I'm gonna put it like right here. Mac Gulag King.
Oh yeah, that look good.
Whoa. Let me flexing, finessing. Oh my god. This thing is heavy. My
bad. He said my question out loud but didn't answer. I did answer your question. You just didn't listen. Hey, first time sending a chart. Please, can you give some feedback? Let's take a look here. Oh.
So after this trade, we're gonna call it a day, or we're gonna stay chatting with the boys?
We're gonna stay here. 15-minute support, 4-hour support, 4-hour resistance up over there. Okay. Yeah, this could work. I mean, it's pushing up right now. Let's see in a 5-minute here. See, the only problem I have with this push up is that it broke below this area here, right? Let's say like 134.450. And if price is pushing up, if it creates a resistance here, it may start pushing down over here. So I think for good buys, for price to continue moving up towards 134.800 here, it needs to break and close above 134, like in this same area here, 134.450.
Well, we're gonna find out in 1 minute. See if this 30-minute closes with no top wick. If it closes with no top wick, I'm closing right away.
Hey, I was wondering.
Yeah, I'm closing.
I was wondering if you have observed this because I have seen it once or twice and it has worked out. It is when the 30-minute candle breaks the low and high, it's usually indication of a big move. When a 30-minute candle breaks the low and the high, that mainly means that there's a lot of volatility because the candles are breaking the highs and the lows. But then after that candle, there's a lot of volume. So you're right on that aspect.
Yeah, no, I closed. I didn't see any top wick or barely any top wick on the 30-minute. So I think there's gonna be a wick fill now for that 30-minute.
Yeah, look at this 30-minute. It's rejecting this area right over here.
Yeah, it's rejecting that. So it's just gonna come down again.
Rejecting this area.
I closed 10 pips. Good.
We'll need to see some sort of a bullish candle on the 30-minute time frame to give us that strong confirmation.
Yeah. So like whoever saw my chart and they try to take those risky trades, it's not suggested because you're gonna be in a lot of stress.
Mac, how long have you been trading for?
I've been trading since you started streaming.
Oh,
That's
is that when you started trading? Really?
Yeah, man. You're my first mentor. I started trading with one of my clients from meal prep culture, from my meal prep business, and then I found out about you through IG, I think. Wicks don't lie, and then I saw the card, and then I saw the Ace bottles. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker is popping. I'm like,
Guy's popping.
The Ace of Spades. And then I messaged you, and I was actually sending charts like on Twitch, and you're like, oh man, you got good charts, this and that. Back then my charts were like well labeled, all proper and shit. But right now they're like 2 call outs with 2 comments and 2 lines. I'm like, I don't have time to type all of that. And then you said, send me a DM, and then I sent you a DM, and then I joined the FX fam. That was like almost 2 years ago already.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it was kind of like almost like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago, right? Twitch. Then we went to Mixer, and then we went to YouTube. So like, if anybody knows me, I'm that crazy guy that's always taking crazy impulse trades.
Okay, what's this? GJ sell entry if price breaks and close below this area. Buys above here. Yeah, I think a break and close below 134 would be better for sells. Even though the 30-minute left a wick to the downside, does this not indicate a weak bearish candle with fire underneath it? Yes, that's basically what I'm looking at here. Because this candle came all the way down and pulled up with a rejection type candle. And if we get a bullish close here, I think there's going to be a better opportunity for price to come up to retest the high at 134,600. So if you measure this range, this is a 29 to 30 pip range. So we would need that. So for the 30-minute to close bullish here, 15-minute needs to respect support. See how this works? Like, you're looking at 15-minute. If a 15-minute is holding support, then you want the 30-minute to close bullish. If 30-minute can close bullish, then not only we have support on the 15-minute, we have support on the 30-minute as well, since it closed bullish, and then there's a high probability for price to continue moving up. But if price does not do that, then there's no buys, obviously, then there's no need to wait. Then we're just waiting. I mean, if price goes below 134, then they're easy sells, because you have this wick over here, clean range all the way down to 133,700. This area right here, this is the swamp. This swamp has alligators in it. It has anacondas in it. This is where you die, because this is
straight Florida.
Yeah, this is Florida right here. A whole lot of random stuff happening here.
Raccoons, everything. That's like the dump of the dumpest.
Yeah, so it's a lot of waiting over here. All right, let's take a look at this chart. Oh, Euro New Zealand. 30-minute candle closed back in the range. This one here entered on this candle when the low of the previous was broken. Yeah, I don't know. I think this is the chart we were looking at before, and we were looking at this area right over here, right? So I remember someone was in buys on Euro New Zealand. They sent a chart, and they were in buys, and I said, well, wait for a better idea would be to wait for a resistance to form for a sell down over here, and price came up. So I think this wasn't enough range for a trade. This was not enough range for a trade. And now if you look at that, I think a better sell candle was this one right over here. So there wasn't enough range for the trade over here.
Oh yeah, not excited for 1K today. Yeah, we should definitely give rakeel 1K. I mean, we got 3,200 people watching.
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you good? All right, never mind. Just give it dislikes.
Hey, any advice you can give me? I work full-time as an 18-year-old, dropped out, and I focus on compounding to make it through the world without a degree or a diploma. I think if you're 18, instead of compounding, instead of trying to compound money in trading, it's not going to work. I mean, like, you can make up reasons why it should work, but it's not going to work because 18 is just way too young. So I think your main focus should be to creating plan Bs and plan Cs. Like, what if trading doesn't work? Then what?
And chasing girls.
Anthony, Anthony's been with us for like 7 years, right? Anthony's like 100 years old.
Cheeky fucker.
Cheeky fuck.
Cheeky fucker. Cheeky.
Yeah, I think if you're young, you need to create plans, like plan A, plan B, plan C. There's this thing that I read on the internet where they say, oh, if you have a plan B, then plan A won't work. Plan A doesn't work for 90% of the population. So secure real estate in Barrie, but I'm still 18 and learning. Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. Get your real estate license. You need to have plans, because the thing about Forex is Forex will only work if you have money coming in, from a job, from a business, from investments. Because if you're losing in Forex, it's not going to affect you a lot because you still have money coming in. But if that money coming in stops and now you're trading Forex, oh man, that's going to be disaster. I know a lot of people who are going through the same stage of disaster stage. And I'll tell you guys right now, listen, if you left your job to trade and you're going through a disaster stage in trading, it's because you're having stress, because now you're under pressure to perform. You're under pressure to make money. And when you're not making money on that one day, then you're over trading time to make money. And it's just not going to happen.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Yeah.
And if you're 18, 17, you shouldn't even be worrying about trading. I mean, you should be just living your life and play Manhunt or something. I don't know. Unemployment claims, boy. You gonna trade it or no?
Trading is hard full time, but you do it so well. Yes. When I first started, I had a lot of money saved in the bank. Ooh, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this thing move here.
Yeah.
If we break above the high on the 30-minute, can we take an impulse entry? But then the stop is going to be 22 pips. But if an impulse entry is going to be above the high on the 30-minute, then what if the stop can be, instead of 20 pips, we can have it like 15 or 16. Ooh, whoa, look at that move go. Oh, I heard someone's MetaTrader go poop.
Yep, that was partial TP8.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Perfect, Tasha. Actually, no, I think that was me.
I took it when
no, I just took a quick scalp on GJ.
I took it when the 15-minute broke the previous 15-minute high.
Yeah, me too. Oh no, that wasn't me right now.
That was me. Close 22 pips.
Anthony, I didn't ask you. I love Anthony. Anthony shows up like out the blue, like with biscuits and tea.
Yeah, wow, look at that move. See, now at this stage, there was no confirmation. There was no confirmation, it was just impulse. You know, some took it on the break of the 15-minute, some took it on the break of the 30-minute, you know. But now this is the area that's in front of us.
Right.
Price needs to climb over this wall and then continue on towards 134,800.
This little area right here.
Yeah.
So it wasn't even worth it. Like if you had taken a trade above this break and you know expected it to touch here again, it's what, like 10 pips?
Yeah. This is the big wall of prison.
This is like what's the
Prison break.
No. Wait. Give me a second. That show with the wolves and the dragons
the Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. GOT. Okay, GOT wall. This is the wall, and these are the dead walkers. Dead walkers.
Dead walkers. Oh, it's the wall of the north, man.
Yeah, the wall of the north. There you go. You want to be a nerd?
Dead
Nerd.
walkers. All right, let's take a look at this chart here. Wow, man. So New York open volume really pushed price up.
I called it.
Yeah, you did. You did call it. You did call it. Thank you, Raja Bhai. I'm done for the day with profit. Took a buy on GJ. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is my plan for today. What do you think about this trade idea? Is this valid for a coupon? The coupon has already been given out. But let's take a look here. Looking at the high time frame, I expect a rejection. This analysis is not valid for a coupon at all. I mean, this is wait for price to. I think you need some more explanation over here. Looking at the high time frame, expect a rejection. If you expect a rejection, why are you looking for a buy over here then? Hey, with NY open volume, would you call this intercession support formed like the ones in your simulation? Yes. So this is a support formed now. If this support is formed now, I think we should be continuing moving bullish. 134,800 should be the target at this point now. You know, especially when this candle closes bullish, I think there's a very, very, very high probability with NY volume we're going to continue moving up. But this 30-minute candle has to close strong bullish candle.
Hey, Raja.
Hey.
Hey, after what you said, I didn't light it up until after I bagged those 42 pips.
Oh, for the buys? Or for the sellers?
Nah, the buys. I caught that buy because of back.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, it's beautiful. 42. iPad 2. Are you in any position? Yes, I'm in buys. I have a buy at 134,462. Just as this 30-minute candle broke the high over here, I took a buy. So my trade is, yeah, at 462, I entered a buy. All right, let's take a look here. Fake out on the 15-minute. No wick at the bottom over here. Oh, I think this is pretty good. 3 confirmations for this trade. Yeah, this is actually very good. That may seem like a fake out as this candle closed back in the range and this candle had no wick at the bottom. When the candle has no wick at the bottom, this basically means there's no range for the next candle to go down. So it moved up. It's beautiful. I think as price is moving up, it should continue moving bullish. The 15-minute candle has closed bullish. This 15-minute candle, now if we remember the level we had from before, this was the level right here, right? This is it right over here. So we closed above this area now. Now price should have an easier move coming up and moving bullish. And nice, there we go. Oh wow, man, look at that. Look at that move right there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. I just closed my positions right there. Right up there. So
Awesome.
it was from here to all the way up here, got like 12 pips, called it a day. Oh wow, look at that,
there
man.
you go.
We need
Nice
some air
break.
horns over here.
Yo, some
Waited for this the whole day.
Imagine it doesn't even break, it just retraces back.
Man. Oh, 134, 600. Super loud.
Yeah.
Listen, whoever caught this trade in Gulag, man, give a like on the stream. You know, give
Come
a like
on.
on the stream. There was no confirmations, but we waited for this trade. It happened. If you executed on this trade, give a like on the stream. If you saw this happen but didn't execute, but if you're still happy, you saw your analysis was right, give a like on the stream. Because listen, this thing over here, Raja Banks is the only bank that gives you money. Free Raja Banks, free money.
That was a good call.
Did you put
Good
the
stuff.
stop loss on the low? Because it was a very big one. No, my stop was like 13 pips. It wasn't 20 pips. It was like 13 pips. I was willing to lose like, $600 to make 600.
Everybody think Mac and Rakeel. I'm playing. Yes, 1,000 likes.
No, man. I think this was a really good. I mean, people took sells. This is also amazing. Then people took buys here. This is also amazing. Why do you enter on a single candle breakout? I entered when the 30-minute candle broke the high over here, as we were talking about it. Before it broke the high, I was literally talking about it, that a buy would be right here when the candle breaks above. It broke above, came down, I entered the trade, stop was like around 13, 14 pips. It wasn't below the low because that would have been a big stop loss. So it was like right down over here somewhere because I was expecting 15-minute to continue moving bullish. Was looking for buys for the last 2 hours and got it. Yeah. Without confirmation why you enter, can simplify. Yeah, because the bias was bullish, right? Bias was bullish. So once candle broke the high, I entered the trade because if candle's going to break the high, then there's a higher chance for price to make a higher high and a higher low, right? So we already made a low over here. We broke the high, so there was probability was high for price to continue up over here. So then it all comes down to the fact that, okay, are you willing to take the risk? Are you willing to execute there? Lao Soon Po. I think if you are new and you don't have access to the database, don't worry. These things are like, we've talked about these things in the database in the webinars. But if you have access to the database, you should be able to look at these webinars on impulse entries. Let's take a look at gold. Oh wow, gold also hit 1860, but it did a lot of problems here, like made these big wicks and then continued moving up. Your JPY is still ranging. GU also reversed. Hey, first time sending a chart. All right, let's take a look here. Can you explain how did you set your stop loss, please? Again, I'm going to explain it for the fourth time again. My entry was right over here somewhere. So if I had a stop, my stop would have been around 22 to 23 pips, right? I had a 5 lot open, and if it hit my stop loss here, I would have been losing $1,000. So I said, okay, I don't want to lose $1,000. I'm just going to risk like $600 or $700. So put my stop right over here, around like, 134, 300, like 15 pips away. I put my stop right here. Now the reason I put my stop right here, because I was accepting that if price comes down, I will lose $600. I was okay with that. But at the same time, if price moves up, I'm gonna gain $600 too, because this is something I was waiting for the last 2 hours, right? For the last 2 hours, I was waiting for this moves, and I executed, and price moved up because there was a high probability that price was gonna move up. I hope that answers the question, but if it doesn't, then you can just go watch the recap. If we are too late for entry, that form support possibilities keep bullish, so we can enter when broke the high this candle now. No, you would want to see a support formed at 134,600, so you'll have to wait another an hour and a half or something like that. Oh wow, what's this? Remember when I told you that I only do 1 to 2%? Man, I'm up 4% this week. 4 winning days. Oh wow. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. That's absolutely amazing, man. See now, if one day you break your rules, your entire profits are going to be gone in one day. So that's going to happen when you take a loss. Now, when you take a loss and that loss is like a 1% loss, and then you follow that with a revenge trade, all your percentages are going to go. Wow, look at that rejection. Seems like 134,600 is really, really strong. I know you entered on 30-minute, but was 15-minute support candle enough confirmation to retest the high? Weaker, but enough? No, to me, it wasn't. To some people, it was. But to me, it wasn't. I wanted to see a much more stronger confirmation because I already took my trades in the morning, so I wanted like a complete blue day, right? So that's why I wanted a stronger confirmation, so I entered on the break of the 30-minute. Let's take a look here. Anthony Crow. Oh yeah, this is basically creating that pattern to continue moving up with your volume coming in for the rest of the New York session. Look at this. Once this 30-minute candle closes, a support is formed on the 30-minute. And then we can expect price to continue moving bullish.
Sheesh, that was beautiful.
Yeah, man, I had a very, very good day today. I had an amazing day, yeah. Let's take a look here. This is, oh, nice. I only come to this webinar because you remind me every day to stick to my rules and manage my risk management. Yes. Can you tell me if this trade was executed correctly even though it was a loss? JJ, before I open that trade, I expect to see the chart that how could you have entered a winning trade as well. So let's take a look here. Okay, sells. Yeah, this is, yeah, we were talking about this, right? This was not the correct trade to take. The sells were up over here. The sells were not down over here. Because when this 30-minute candle closed, let's take a look here, right? Once this 30-minute candle closed, it closed with a bullish 15-minute candle. So if a 15-minute candle is closing bullish and you're taking a sell, it just doesn't make any sense. Does not make any sense at all. Yeah, it made no sense at all. Because you would want the 15-minute candle to close bearish as well to take a sell. So that was the wrong trade. I noticed you did not leave runners. It was because it's a very unlikely we break that strong resistance. Yes. Someone asked a question about how do you take a swing trade. This is going to be a great swing trade idea over here. That if we say that this support is going to be respected, then price is going to continue on towards 134.800, and even though probably to 135 too. So let's take a look on the daily here, and let's see what we got over here, right? So looking at the daily, first thing we have this area here at 135 makes sense here, right? 135. Let's take a look on the 4 hour. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, 135 makes perfect sense. 135 right here. So if you're looking for a swing trade, I think a good swing trade is going to be that you can have your stop below this area over here, and you can anticipate price to continue on towards 135. That's going to be a great swing trade idea. Hey Rajabhai, please look at my chart for the first time I'm sending it. Let's take a look here. This is GJ, secured profits. Thank you for the great teachings. Took impulse trade once the 30-minute break the previous 30-minute. Oh, I think you mean the 15-minute. Beautiful. BEA, beautiful. Yeah, I think with all the fundamental news coming in, with all the speeches happening, price action is clearly dictating we should continue moving bullish, right? It's clearly dictating that. And if it's going to move bullish, I think it's going to break above 134.600 and go to 135. Gold is just ranging here now, and GU is also trying to break above this area here. Your JPY is still in a range. If price closes above 134.480, could this mean more bullish for GJ? There's a support forming here on GJ, right? In a bullish trend, this is the trend. So trend goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up. So right over here, price went up, came down, went up, came down, now it's going up. So it needs to break this area to continue moving bullish, right? So now this support needs to be held for price to continue moving bullish. So all the questions you have, whether price should go up or not, then you have the support. The support needs to be held for price to go bullish.
If you see gold, like whoever was trying to like trade unemployment claims, they played themselves. On the 15-minute looks so bad.
Mac, that call Ted made yesterday on gold was elite.
Oh yeah, down to what, 18? Oh,
70.
1870. Oh, where did he come from? Just popped out of nowhere. Yeah, 1870. A lot of people took it.
It was amazing, bro. I just watched it drop. I was like, yo, literally, he said exactly what was gonna happen, and it happened. It was like in a bottle.
Yeah. I don't know how. Christina Aguilera. Genie in a bottle.
That is me.
He pushed the buttons.
Yeah, I pushed the button. I mean, to people are asking like how that was possible. I mean, the thing is understanding how the North American market works. A lot of times, you know, we saw at 9 a.m. I think people were trying to buy gold yesterday, and they said, you know, gold is going to go up, and that was that hour candle at 9 a.m. that started to push up, and it was going against the overall trend. And then if you think logically and you think about your opponent, right? So every time I'm trading, I'm always thinking about what my opponent's trying to do to me, right? Because of the fact that they want to take my money and I don't want to give it to them. So in that instance, I thought to myself, okay, well, we've been going bearish all this time. There's no actual information for us to now go bullish So this is potentially a move up to go further down at the New York Stock Exchange open, because if you think about it, it's almost like an elastic band effect where we're getting that pullback to drive further down through the market. And you know, I was watching that, and that's why I was hesitant when, you know, you can watch the replay. I said you'd have to really wait for the next hour to provide enough information to say that we are going bullish. And that's when I said wait for this hour to sort of finish off and see where it ends up. And if it did finish bullish, then obviously we would go back up to 1890. But as you saw during the North American Stock Exchange open, so the New York Stock Exchange open, we started to rip down. Now during that time at 9:30, it's pretty volatile, and you know, you have to have like a big set of balls to hold through a lot of the volatility as people are entering and exiting the market right at market open. So that's why I said if you return back at 10 o'clock, a lot of times the dust has cleared and we're getting like a clean move at that point. And that move is related to the New York Stock Exchange now running sort of at full steam. So you can take advantage of that. And I think Raja took advantage of that at 10 a.m. He was able to grab that gold sell, and it did dip pretty hard at that point. So it's just something, it's more of an experience thing. I mean, people think that that's like, it was like God level, but it's not. It's just really experience and understanding where you're going to get the different pushes in the market, and then how do you adjust your strategy, or how do you attack those potential pushes. So, you know, we saw at 9 a.m. we had that huge pull up, right? So if you're anticipating there's going to be a drop, you know that that's a whole bunch of liquidity that's going to be going into the market to push that drop harder. So once you have that wick up, you know, then at that point there's enough liquidity now to break a little bit further through the next zones, because once again, that was the hourly time frame. So it was a little bit stronger than say a 15-minute or a 30-minute time frame at that point. So I think those are just little things that when you're trying to tell the story through the North American session, if you understand those little points or those little time areas, it'll help you and anticipate, you know, get better moves. I was at the gym, so I missed most of the move going down at 10 o'clock because I go to the gym. But I mean, for other people that were trading towards London close, things of that nature, you probably would have caught a lot of that move as well. And it's just a continuation from the push from the North American or the USA stock or the New York Stock Exchange open. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to anticipate that people that now are in the equity markets, because that market is now open along with the currency markets, are moving gold in a certain direction at that point. So really focus on that aspect. And if you have to, for the first few months of your trading career, and if you're trading the North American session, start marking down specific times on a piece of paper, or you know, maybe on your phone, or you know, I don't know if you can memorize them, but mark down specific times where we see instances of volume. And what I mean by that is you're never going to see it exactly at those specific times. Like, we're not going to say at, you know, 8 a.m. exactly there's going to be a push, but you know, between 7:45 and 8:15 there's usually a little bit of volume that comes into the market. We know around 9:15 to 9:45 there's volume that comes into the market. We know between 10:15 and 11 o'clock there's volume that comes into the market as you know, the London market's closing. So things like that, study that and go back test that information, because then you now can anticipate and you're aware that, hey, I need to get out of the market at 9 a.m. if I'm in at 8 a.m. because of the fact that there could be a huge pullback for the New York Stock Exchange, things of that nature. And that'll help your trading, and it'll help your win rate as well.
I mean, if we get a clean break above 1860, I think we should continue up to 1870.
I mean, truthfully, when you look at gold right now, this is just a little bit of a pullback. I think, you know, when you look at the weekly candle has gone right into a clean opportunity on the weekly. So truthfully, there should be no stopping it down to like 1820. Like, a lot of people are saying now we're going to reverse, but I mean, once again, let's use logic. You know, if we see this candle here, why all of a sudden are we going to stop like right here and then now suddenly reverse? And if we do that, you know, you're basically playing off this candle here. You would need a lot of momentum, and right now the daily candle doesn't look like it has that momentum. So it's just something to keep in mind. So now when we see that we've broken below this area here, and you can see we started to move here, what's your next clean candle? It's this one, right? So maybe we break a little bit further up this week. So we finish off maybe over here. And then next week we wait for the wick to go up on the weekly, and then we finish, and this is how your next week will look at that point. So be careful when you're looking at saying, okay, now gold's going to suddenly rip up. You have to think logically. Just use logic. I would agree a little bit more that gold would rip up if we stopped right over here and then we started to see this pullback over here. Like if we have a pullback over here, but because this candle ripped a little bit further down, it seems to me that we're gravitating more to this area than over here. And truthfully, we're in Thursday now, we're going into Friday. It's going to be very messy over here. So, you know, you can probably get pullbacks because this is the weekly candle pullback, but just be very careful how you approach that idea, because I mean, when gold trends, we know gold trends very hard, and just because it's like a $4 pullback or a $5 pullback doesn't necessarily mean we've changed trend. So understand the story for the week, right? So Thursday, Friday, the weekly candle now is finishing. So what do we have? We normally have a bit of a pullback. Then next week, what are we going to have? We're going to have a start of a new weekly candle. You're going to get a little bit of a pull up, right? Because once again, how did this weekly candle form, right? So if we think logically, how did this weekly candle form? Okay, Monday, we got the wick. Tuesday, we started descent. Wednesday, we descended more, right? And then Thursday, now we descended even more, but then we had a bit of a pullback. So your candle now sort of looks like this because we're getting the bottom of this wick over here. So if you map out these candles on this weekly candle, you can now apply that to the same thing next week. So you're going to say, okay, Monday, maybe there's going to be a pull up. So we're going to have that little bit of thing. And then Tuesday, we're going to drive. But what are we going to do? We're going to fill last week's weekly wick, right? So we're going to start to drive down, and that's where you get that Wednesday. And now Wednesday's candle gets you a little bit further over here, if indeed that happens. So I would watch how the dailies form to give me confluence for next week on how this weekly candle is going to play out. And if we see the daily candles going bearish, we know essentially where our next target's going to be. Why? Because you can see even over here, there's clean traffic, right? So candles have to finish somewhere. And then what you can say to yourself is, I believe that this is a little bit stronger of a support. This is my resistance, right? We do this. We can see if we draw, even if we draw a zone, we draw a zone here. You can see that the last candle is now starting to leave that. You know, all these wicks are a little bit higher. This last wick was down, so you might get one more tap into this zone, and then you get this drive down. But because of the fact that we broke through, now what we do is we leverage this as our zone, right? So this area here is our zone. So this is where we're getting this candle on the weekly pulling back into this area. So this is where people will turn around and say, oh, buy gold, right? Because you're playing in this zone, and gold will play in this zone because it could technically tap back up to this area here. Very unlikely, but you know, it can go back up into these wicks, but we don't have that. But next week, we know we're going to tap back into that, similar to what we did over in this area. So all you're doing is you're playing zone by zone at that point. And that is essentially what you're going to be looking for next week, is how this candle weekly finishes and then how it'll react within this zone. So your next week's candle is going to be here. You might get a tap up, and then, you know, you're finished. Like I said, your drive down to this level over at this point. But that's what you're anticipating based on current structure and how things are moving in the market. So like I said, if you're going to take buys, good luck with buys. There's nothing wrong if you see opportunity, but think about the logic behind what's happening in the market right now, and where, if I was a big institution or I had a lot of money in the market, where does a logical stop of gold become? Like 1820s, 1830s? It seems more logical than us reversing back up to like 1900. So I would just be very cautious on that, and just, be careful. Obviously I can be wrong, but I just use a lot of logic, and usually my logic isn't wrong, because it makes more sense, like I said, for it to go down than it goes up. Because if we were going to go up, this zone here, this candle would be ripping back all the way right now. We would need this candle to rip all the way back, and then next week's candle would start like this and then start to drive right back up at that point. But it's going to be very difficult because of the fact we had all these orders up here for it now suddenly to rip right back up that way. So just be cautious, and plan out your week accordingly. Today is sort of the last trading day of the week anyways, so you don't really have to worry about it. You can start your week off fresh then at that point.
Yeah, that was a good call. The gold sales.
Mhm.
So what I don't like about gold is like at any time it could just push back up again to
Mhm.
that 1858 area and then just rip back down.
Similar to what it did with all the other zones, right? It pulls hard back up and then rips right back down.
Mhm.
But it's just something to keep in mind. I know people want to try call bottoms, but truthfully, look at the move with gold. We traded gold twice this week. There was big $20 and $30 moves this week, and you had opportunity for, like Raja said yesterday on the stream, 100 pips. We had opportunity yesterday for 100 pips. You had opportunity the day before for 100 pips. Like, you don't have to worry about calling a bottom. I think we have to get out of that mentality of saying, oh, now it's going to reverse, because you'll get your 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 pips out of gold when it trends. So don't be afraid if it consolidates for like a week. Who cares? When it hits, you'll hit it hard and you'll make. This week, I've basically done what? How many? This week, all I've done is traded gold, and I've done fine for myself. I've caught anywhere from 12 to 30, or sorry, from 20 pips all the way up to 60 pips with gold. So it's okay. Take your time and just let it consolidate, do its thing, and then grab it when it's moving.
So you got a cowboy hat stuck to your head.
Well, no, yesterday's trade was easy though. Those were like the top of the range at 1890, right?
Yeah, that was like a mini cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't see New York getting any better.
You need some sleep.
Who, me?
Yes, you, man.
I slept 5 hours. What do you mean? You still need some sleep. You were drinking tequila last night.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man.
So now we're gonna turn this into a podcast. Sacha, can you speak some French?
Oui, certainement.
I have no idea what you said yet. I know you said yes. Yes.
Actually, Ted can speak French.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Je parle français aussi.
Ah.
Hey.
Oh.
Mais il est bon.
Oh,
Baguette.
Bonjour.
Baguette.
Bonjour.
Baguette.
Yeah, je parle français pour toute la vie.
Oh.
Comment ça va, Ted? Ça va bien.
Oh, I've been speaking French all this time, and I just noticed I was in mute.
Oh man. Damn. Can we
Nice
hear
try, nice try.
can we hear it again?
I've been saying tu parles français, beaucoup, tabarnak, tabarnak. It's good.
I have nah,
That's not only French, that's Quebecers.
yeah, you have like an accent.
Quebecois. Quebecois.
Yeah. You have like
The tabernacle.
it's not like a guy at the pub that you don't want to mess with.
Yeah. You go in to go back and you're like, les Canadiens, tabernacle, come to my province and fuck me over.
Like that guy at the pub you don't want to talk to.
Ted, you're really good.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hey, Canadians are funny.
Hey, we swept the Emmys awards with that show. I don't know if you guys have watched that, Schitt's Creek. It's actually pretty good. I started watching it the other day on Netflix.
Which one?
Schitt's Creek.
Oh my god, it's so funny, bro. Like it's so funny. And the guy, he goes broke.
Yeah.
Goes into the motel. The kids are, one of them is gay, the other one is like a princess. But then they start realizing like the material things are not like the,
Yeah.
what matters in the world, the money or whatever. But it's so funny because that guy reminds me of American Pie so much.
But he was on that.
Yeah, he's always been in American Pie.
Yeah, Eugene Levy. Yeah, he's good.
He's super good. Jewish guy, funny.
Was that the guy who bangs the pie in American Pie?
No.
No. He's the father, the like so openly father
okay.
that yeah.
The cool dad.
Yeah, the cool dad, right? Like wants to be cool. Not Stifler's mom.
Yeah, he's good.
Well, I guess there are some people who are in buys here on GJ, and if I were in buys here, I'd be like managing my risk at this point because it doesn't seem like it's going to go up. I think if you're looking for buys, I think really the best idea for buys is going to be above 134,600 now, because we've rejected that level once over here on the 23rd, against once in this morning, and then we rejected it at NY Open here as well. So I think the best idea for buys would be above 134,600. Also, for our candles coming to a close, so it may kind of like retrace down to go up. So my day is about to end anyway, which is pretty exciting. The work day is ending.
Work day's ending to the toy store. Oh yeah, did you ever get the monitor or no?
What monitor?
You said you were gonna get another monitor.
Yeah, and then I saw that I have an extra monitor right over here, so then I said I have no need to buy another one.
Right, I was gonna tell you.
But it's 4K. Maybe I'm gonna give this away to somebody.
Giveaway.
Because honestly, you really don't need more than 2 monitors.
Well, you only need 1 monitor, to be honest.
Yeah, at first it looked cool to have 3 monitors, but then I realized that I was only using 2 monitors.
I mean, what do you want 3 monitors when you got 2 eyes? It doesn't make sense, dude.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Because one eye is looking at one, yeah.
Right? I came in with the fire jokes.
Yeah, man, I know, man. Fucking crazy, man.
Look at Kerwin. Kerwin just cracking up in the back.
No, because
you got 2 eyes.
No, because you already know what we think about in Spanish about the third eye.
Yeah, the boho.
Yeah.
Hey Mac, have you slept in a day or so?
5 hours.
How come your bed's perfectly made, man?
Because I always made my bed like that.
Okay, because it just seems like you
actually,
hadn't slept.
look.
He didn't sleep at all.
Actually, this is for the gram because I only did half of my bed. The other half is all messed up.
What do you mean all messed
it's
up?
done.
Oh shit!
It's done.
Those
it looks
are
like you're in a
close.
hotel.
Oh no,
man.
it is done. It is done. Nah, but,
Holy cow!
I was gonna do a trick on you all. I was gonna do like half the bed all messed up and the other side like completely like tidy, and then be like, I only do this for the gram.
Those are just the clothes from yesterday.
Yeah.
No,
It just
guys,
looks like you
the
hadn't
trick was
slept.
from-
That's all.
Yeah.
God damn, Mac.
These are the clothes from the gym.
This guy's a professional bed maker. Holy cow!
Well, I used to work at housekeeping since I was 15.
What do you expect, Ted?
Oh jeez!
Wow.
Imagine. Housekeeping since I was 15, working maintenance, right? I've done all kinds of jobs. It's crazy.
Oh nice. Well, all right, that solves that mystery. Because I just looked back and I like, man, that guy's bed's neat. I'm like, my bed never looks like that.
For real? That's the most important thing. I think that's like the most important thing to do in the morning. Once you wake up, like before like going to
Yeah,
go
but
get
you
a cup of
just
coffee.
made your bed like it's going on like it's going in Better Homes and Living.
Well, I have massive OCD, and you know that.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like I don't even have those extra pillows. Like what are those? Are those
Those are like comforter pillows.
the display pillows?
Yeah, displays. You know,
Oh,
you bring a girl in and you.
Oh, you should look at my bed. We put 10 pillows on the made bed.
Right. Yeah.
And before we go to sleep, all those pillows go on the floor.
Yeah, on the floor for no reason.
You
For
see,
no
I,
reason.
For no
I
reason.
never get that. How,
Yeah.
how can you use a lot of pillows and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, I asked my wife,
Yeah.
I'm like, why? She's like, oh, it looks good. I'm like, okay, wow.
Latinos are like that too. I don't know why. We put like a bunch of pillows on the bed for no
Yeah.
reason, and then at the
Yeah.
end of the night, you just throw them on the floor. Yeah, let's get them dusty,
And then you pick them up in the morning.
and then they're all dusty. You put a cat hair. Yeah, it's just put them back.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm like used to it. Like first thing in the morning I do is my bed, and then I get a cup of coffee and go to the gym. So.
We knock on your door. Housekeeping.
Housekeeping. $5. No, the funny thing is that I used to work at a gay hotel. No, let me stop there for now.
How do you determine if a hotel's gay? That's
Because it's like a very private island in
what, Epstein's
York?
Island?
No, not that type of island.
Did you got chosen for that, or how did that work?
Yeah, you get-
No, you don't get chosen.
How did you qualify for that?
There's a little panel van that comes picks you up.
No, it's not. It's
Hey,
not
little
a
boy,
fan.
you want some candy?
Yeah,
Max,
no,
like, oh, you have candy?
Oh,
Oh,
nah.
man.
My mom used to work there, so she just like hooked me up. It's like, hey, come work here. I'm like, okay. So every time, like, I'll go on summer, high school vacay or whatever. I would go to New York and work.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty hard work too.
Yeah, it's super hard. A lot of pillows and a lot of nasty, sticky sheets.
I heard that you get like a certain time that you have this much time to do one room. Like it's about like it's
Yes.
ridiculous, like 2 minutes per room.
Right, because the check-in is usually at 11 a.m., right? So you wake up like at 6, and then you got until 10:30 to finish all these rooms for all the whatever, you know, how many people are coming in for that day.
Oh, that makes sense because when I was in London, I'd wake up at 7 a.m. and house cleaning lady was just be outside the room. She's
Yeah.
like housekeeping. I'm like, oh, I just woke up. Hold on.
Yeah, especially like those hotels, like chain hotels that they do your beds, linens, everything like on the same day, and you stay in there again. At 7 in the morning, they're gonna go knock on your door. I'm like, bro, I'm like half asleep.
Hey, Mac, have you watched this movie, Grand Budapest Hotel?
The Budapest Hotel, yeah.
Yeah. So you were like this, the little boy, Zero?
Yeah, basically. That's a good movie though.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I like those weird movies.
Yeah, me too. That's the thing. It's something different.
You know what I want to watch? Like a kind of like a Kill Bill movie from Quentin Tarantino. He should make another movie. Those are good movies.
By the way, the color that you have right now on the neon sign is fire.
Yeah, there's a
Really
blue.
good.
There's a blue one as well. I'm trying to get the blue back. But I think purple looks good too.
Yeah, blue is good for bullish mode, you know?
Yeah.
It's funny because both Raja and Mac look like they're in hotel rooms. Raja's in the seedy hotel room, and Mac's in the cleaner hotel room.
Rakeel's in a motel. I'm in a hotel.
That's right, with the neon sign.
Yeah, he's in a stripper motel. I'm in a clean hotel. Look, I got the AC right here.
To be honest, if I see Mac doing something in my room, I'd be scared.
Why?
Because
Mac's gonna say, "Kervin, you're home."
I'll probably do your sheets. I'll probably do your bed.
Well, now GJ is just ranging over here. I think, yeah, it's just ranging now. Now it's getting difficult and difficult. You know what I'm going to do? Now I'm going to get a countertop, like one of those tables over here, and I'm going to put some decorations on it. Probably going to hook up this monitor too. So we're going to measure the resistance right now. We got to make sure it's nice and flat. From the level right here at 134, 200. Gonna put in the entry now. Put in the entry. Oh man. Yeah, my days. It was a really, really nice day. I'm not gonna trade tomorrow. How much rent do you pay on that office? Probably like $1,000. It'll start from next month. I'm gonna pay $1,000. Raja will pay $1,000 to Market Fluidity. No, Market Fluidity is gonna pay Raja $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight to the tax man.
Hey, first time sending a chart. Don't know if this is the proper way, but would love some feedback. All right. Let's take a look here. Oh, wrong chart. Oh, man. First time, they'll give you another 2 chances. Why are you not writing how many pips you caught? I caught way too many. This is like 12 pip move over here. This was another move I caught earlier on before the stream. I had like 2 buys. Like, yeah, I had 2 buys. Did pretty good today.
Can't wait to see the IG recap.
Oh,
it's gonna be lit.
Yeah, probably gonna do tomorrow. There's October, November. Oh, this is September, right? So
are you gonna tag me or no? Like, you know, me and Matt called this trade.
Yeah, of course.
You
know,
you're looking for clout?
I'm looking for clout. I'm gonna become an e-boy, TikToker.
Yeah, for sure. What I'm thinking is, you know what happened with IC Markets? When IC Markets was leaving Canada, I did a withdrawal, and that withdrawal took like a week and a half to come on. Because I guess a lot of people, they applied for withdrawals. And when Vantage FX is leaving now, they're going to leave on the 30th November. So you got till 30th November to trade advantage and then pull everything out.
And just leave them broke.
It's ironic because Raja, remember when IC markets pulled out? We did in September. We had the Canadian interest rates, and that's when we were gambling our accounts.
Yeah.
It's the same thing sort of with Vantage because I remember I left like 50,000 in my IC markets account, and then I just gambled it all the way up, and I had to do a bigger withdrawal afterwards.
Jeez.
Yeah, because well, they told us that they were leaving, so like I pulled out most of my money anyways because I was like, I don't want to get trapped, right? Like if they decide to do some funny stuff, and then I just left like I think it was like 25,000-30,000, and then I ran it up to about 50,000, and then we had the interest rate movements. I just full margined my account.
You're like, fake.
Oh man, that was the moment where we're like, fuck you, IC markets.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's what I'm gonna do here. Like with Vantage, have like around 230. Probably gonna take out 2 and then leave the 30 in. Let's see how long they take with that.
Ed, you're a millionaire. How do you have time for these wastemen? Well, what else do I do in the morning?
For these wastemen? He's calling me a wasteman?
No,
Yeah,
not you, man.
Excuse me? No, I used to get mad at what people would think about me for some reason. But then I stopped giving
Ever since you got new friends, you stopped thinking like that, right?
Give me crack corn and I don't care, right?
Give me crack corn, I don't care, right? Yeah, get it on, boy. Yeah. Nah, ever since I met Philip from Black Bull Markets, shout out on my commission.
You made a new friend.
Somebody made an account said Mac Raja. Oh, hey, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's funny. It's like a mix, fusion.
Black Bull is actually working out on e-transfer now for deposit.
Oh, that's dope. So you don't get charged for like a wire.
I sent them the request, so I know they're looking into it right now.
E-transfers. That's
Interact.
That's a little step into a very risky territory over there.
Yeah,
well, Vantage was doing it though.
Yeah, that's why Vantage got kicked out.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
Nah, I stay.
I don't know. That's I don't know. I wish them luck, but man, Canada. See, here's the thing, right? The reason why all this thing is happening is because Canadians are losing money, and the U.S. People in the US are also losing money, mainly because of, they're following signals, they're doing account management with people and stuff like that. So when they're losing money like that, they're also complaining to all the authorities that, hey, I was this broker, I lost this money, this and that. So when they get enough complaints against someone, whether it was their own fault or someone else's fault, the Securities Commission, they see that as that, oh, okay, what? This is the broker's fault. This is the broker's fault because they have a high leverage, or they're allowing our, our people, to risk a lot. So then they say, okay, hey, Mr. Vantage, if you want to operate here, you'll have to be regulated and you'll have to use less leverage. And Vantage can say, well, we don't want to do that. Then Canada says, okay, man, all right, you guys can just head on out of here. So I think that's why all these regulations are coming in. First we saw lower leverage with the EU. And the EU is a huge, huge, huge market. So obviously brokers had to comply to that. And yeah, just because of a few bad people, the whole industry takes a beating.
Yeah.
Sheesh, that sucks.
What's this? Hello from Los Angeles. My first live stream here. I watched the past live streams only for education. Oh, nice. Anyone know when Black Bull is getting MetaTrader 5? Yeah, you can just email them, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just email them. Of course, man. Like people ask me questions like I own companies. Like people ask me questions about Traders Domain. I'm like, go ask them, man. Why are you asking me?
The same thing. They ask me questions about your magic keys, and I'm like, what do I do? Just send the contact info.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, everyone gets one of these cards, right? Like, not that hard.
Okay, so this is GJ 30-minute, entered after price created a minor support right over here, got stopped out after candle broke the low over here. I got stopped out. So when we're looking at this, yeah, it was unfortunate, that happened. It was really unfortunate it happened. I think it was unexpected. We had a stop loss below here, expected price to continue down and kind of like not break the slow to go up. It is what it is. There was nothing you could have done. The only thing which I think you maybe could have done, maybe had it below the 1 hour low, but then that would have been like a bigger stop loss, right? And a bigger risk. So at this point, there was nothing that we could have done. But let's break this candle down into the 15-minute and let's see what we saw. So looking at the 15-minute, this is when the candle started, and this is where the 15-minute candle broke the low. So this was the low on the 30-minute right over here. It broke the low, and then it kind of like went up. So again, I think now in hindsight, maybe having the stop loss below this area would have been much better. So if you place this low over here, and if you place a line below this wick right over here, if you go to the 30-minute time frame, on the 30-minute, yeah, it becomes like this. It's below over here. Looking at the 1 hour, it becomes below the 1 hour candle. So I think now in hindsight, it would have been better to have it below the 1 hour candle. But even if we got stopped out, now we want to see that, okay, how could we get a second chance at this trade? So since this 30-minute candle just started, 4-hour candle also just started, 15 minutes like this, yeah, I think a better opportunity would be once we break above 134, 600. But getting stopped out here, it is what it is. Sometimes we just have to look at that and say, okay, like, you know what, it was basically what the market had to do.
Not even me. I wouldn't even be trading in that zone, and I always trade in ranges. That's like the swamp.
Yeah, now it gets getting a little difficult. But then at the same time, now it just becomes the fact that, okay, like if we do break about 134, 600, we should be continuing up. Now, if you look on the 4-hour makes perfect sense for it to continue up, fill this wick, and continue on towards, 135. But I think if we're looking at stops, if someone's still in buys and they are thinking that we will break above 134, 600, which I think we should, I think the stops are going to be below right here, like around 134, 200, aggressive below right over here. But yeah, that's something you're looking at.
I mean, the way the candles are forming looks like how we're going to break that resistance.
Hey guys, until what hour you wait for volume for push on New York session? It depends. This is the whole volume time. From right now till London close, this is the entire volume time. Volume can happen in these times. So just looking at the candles, you'll wait and see like where you're going to enter. If it does break above 134, 600, and then based on that, you're basically planning your stops and stuff like that. So this is the entire volume time. So you're looking here, like this was pre-New York. We had volume. We had a little bit of a retracement. New York Open happened. This is where I took my buys. Price came up, and then obviously it rejected this area and came down. So now we're kind of being cautious that, okay, if price comes up here, it may reject it again. So you're waiting for breaks above here to continue up. With that, I'm going to head off. My time has come to close the stream and end my day. Take care, everyone.
Okay, man. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Yeah, man. See you tomorrow. Peace out. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
I always have a hard time ending the stream.